So today was an adventure. Got stuff on my phone. I really didn't care for football. I know everybody, that's what they do, is watch football on Sunday, and I haven't found football interesting this year, all because of Joe Biden. Literally, Joe Biden has stressed everybody out to the point where you don't want to watch any football, because you got to worry about everything else. You got to worry about fuel, got to worry about everything, literally worry about everything else. But enough of that. So I drove from Little Rock to Pine Bluff today to get a steering gearbox. It was optional. Very, very optional. I could not find a truck. The selection that I found there in Pine Bluff, there's a large selection, but you know what I mean? I can only get what I could get in that thing. I should have showed everybody what it looked like before it made itself green. But the guy is awesome. He got the shackle flip. Hopefully puts it to use. Why do you always post something every time I'm doing a live? You did that yesterday to me. Okay, now that that's off my screen. This guy has a little bit of everything, you know what I mean? He calls himself a hoarder. I just call it an addiction problem. You name it, he's got it, you know what I mean? The only thing I didn't see is no 5 tons. But there's Rockwell's there, there is old M37 Jeep Dana 60s, and a 70 there. There's the old GMC Deuce and a Halfs. There, he asked me if I was interested in those. I'm like, I don't know. It's got the big ass diffs on the front of them. But Swampers, you know what I mean? Hey, Goliath, come here.
Don't even do that.
He's trying to mount Princess.
Come on.
Goliath, come here.
He was twerking a song.
Twerking? No, he wasn't. But guess what?
He was twerking it doing now.
Get in there. Get in the bedroom. Goliath, come on. Go on. Good boy. Okay, he doesn't belong by Princess. Just hands down, because he's not going to stop. Literally. Get that off, Princess, please. She's got a tutu on her. Look at this. Princess, come here. Come here. Bring the tutu here and let me show everybody. Come on. You're gonna knock stuff down. I don't want my drink. Back up. Back up. She had that on around her neck, and she was walking around with it. Okay, go put that back.
Look at my hair. Look at my pink hair.
Your hair needs to be brushed before you go to sleep. Princess. Yeah, I gotta keep Goliath away from ya. Sorry about showing everybody my yet. Would you turn around? Goliath won't stop trying to breed with Princess. It's like relentless. Like I said, I had to go to Pine Bluff today to get the steering gearbox. Luckily, the vehicle I pulled it from was a K5 Blazer, and it didn't have an engine in it. And it was a 4x4 unit. And everything that I've been using for the sector shaft from my original 2-wheel drive box is in this green 4x4 box. The DIY 4x4, or not. Guys, stop jumping on a couch.
Okay.
You're interrupting me. I'm getting confused. Now you made the person leave. The hydro assistance cap is on that gearbox as well. So now we got steering, but the pump got a little bit weak. Probably from brute force. We wanted to turn right. I thought about something though when I pulled that DIY 4x cap up, like it was plugging off the hole for the piston where it fills up with the. Can you turn the volume down on that too? Please, not all the way, but gotta wait. It could have been filling the where the piston is on the gearbox full and not allowing it to push it back through the bottom vent or wherever it bleeds off to. Vent, or I don't know what you want to call it. You know what I mean? Would it be a vent? You know what I mean? A jacket, like a water jacket. Would it be like a power steering passage? Whatever you want to call it, I wouldn't know. But we have steering. The new power steering pump. What happened was I got a pretty good deal. I didn't return. I put in the pump that I got to remove from my truck is a brand new pump. The only thing that's changed about it is the back valve hole before the valve is drilled out to 5/32, so it flows more power steering through it. The valve in it is original. I can make it have a little bit more go to it just by changing it to, or adding a washer to it, I think, to a 3. And I think it's a 3 actually. I don't really know, but the power steering pump is weak, so I got a whole nother pump. No, this is where the deal is. I never returned the core. I bought the pump outright. So I went and brought my core in, and I was going to buy a whole nother pump just so I had 2 to work with. And if somebody ever needed a brand new pump, you know what I mean, bring your power steering pump to me. I got lifetime warranty, you get a free pump. What happened was, when I brought the core, the manager got confused and gave me a whole nother pump. I never had to buy shit. And I still have my pump that sort of works in the truck. He took the core that he was supposed to take and gave me a whole nother pump, so I got a brand new pump for free damn near, and all I gave him was a core. So that's a pretty good deal. And I probably can make the pump on my truck work better if I took it apart, maybe. But life's been hell without that moving. Standing down there in the cold for the bus. People need things moved around like a camper, and then I gotta shove it fucking behind their house, behind their trailer, literally. And then there's a different one in the way. That kind of stuff. It takes my fun away. So now it's working good. Glad it's working. Kai, what are you doing? Yeah, you're trying to get yourself on camera here, dancing around and interrupting me. Alright? Her throat's feeling better. Should we show him your throat? I don't have a popsicle stick.
Yeah.
Open your mouth. Well, we need the light, right? Where do we turn the light on? Okay, put your tongue down. See? It's healing up pretty good from the last time people see it. You got teeth coming in.
I can see my veins.
Oh, I see boogers in your nose. Everybody's seen the boogers in your nose. Yeah. Let me flip this back around. Okay, Kaya. She's goofy. she was at. I got lucky, and well, I didn't really get lucky because it rained all weekend and even rained today. But I managed to catch a break without the rain. But on the way back, it was all rain. It was that nasty. Can you stop picking on the dog?
No.
Go play your game, please. Okay? Go play your game. Please. Please. I gotta take a shower. So I gotta clean all the gear oil, or not power steering fluid off of everything. It was sprayed all over. I went through so many bottles of goddamn power steering fluid, and the stuff that I get ain't cheap. It's like $10 a bottle. Well, Tractor Supply, I can get it for $7, and because they have it marked, the Lucas marked down for the same price as their power steering Traverse, I think it is the same thing as my winch, which is probably just as good. It's better than the other kind that I use that ruined the whole power steering pump. What are you doing? You getting into candy now? You gotta go night-night.
Yeah.
You got school tomorrow. I just thought of that. And then the wife ruined her phone. I don't know what she did, but every time you touch the screen, every time you push a button on the screen, you gotta hold it for like, you gotta hit it, tap it multiple times, or hold it for a really long time. So she's probably gonna need another phone. She's better off with this phone, because this phone works, and I'm better off with the new phone. But I got steering box that cost $50 that didn't work. I'll probably rebuild that completely, just so I have a spare with non-rack parts. Like almost 16 bottles of goddamn power steering from last week, ever since I showed the video of me pulling the seal out of it. You know what I mean? I had 2 bottles in, and I don't know if I bled off everything out of the system, but I let all the bubbles, it builds up bubbles in it when everything was drained empty. So you probably want to leave that, and when you bleed off all that air out of the system, because it's hydraulic, sit till all the bubbles go away, and then rerun it through its paces again. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're bleeding off heavy equipment. So the whole time I was gone, Goliath was trying to mount Princess. Then I get text messages, Kaya was dropped off, and then while I'm trying to drive and in the rain. So it was a real adventure. We get the gearbox here, that whole gearbox, if you've seen what it looked like, it was solid scaled rust. But didn't look like it was leaking. I cleaned it off with the wire brush on my grinder. I put the wire wheel on it, so I got wire sticking in my pants. Brushed all the scale off it, then painted it first. Left the original end cap in it, and it wouldn't come out. It was like frozen solid, and then I had to drill a hole in it, try to beat a wrench into it, and pound it over to see if it just kick over and pop out. That wasn't even working. And trying to wind it up like everybody shows here on YouTube, like, you know what I mean? Oh, you just wind it back, but make sure the piston don't come out of it. That one would even work. It wouldn't even touch it. So, even when you drill a hole in it. So that doesn't always work. And anybody that does that, you probably don't have it on the worm gear correctly, because I believe it's not supposed to touch the piston, or the piston isn't supposed to touch that cap and push it out. So what I did is I drilled a hole big enough, broke a little bit off it, and put a bolt in there and drove that and just kept working the worm gear and letting that piston keep touching it and hitting it, and it popped the cap out of it. So that worked, and then I had to make sure that I got all the millings from drilling it out of it. I left all the original seals in it. The only new seal is in it is the DIY 4x hydro assistance cap O-ring seal. And then the sector shaft, the new seal for that. But if the end seal leaks and the bottom seal leaks, I ain't taking it apart, and I did it to the other one that I just did. You don't have to. If you got a modified pick or screwdriver, you just grind the end off it and make it a pick of a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. Grind it down to a pick. You can pound that into the front bushing with it all together, and be careful with it, and you can pry that out, or even a pick. You can pry the 2 seals out of it and pop them in without even taking it apart, and you can. The rag joint would have to come out, or sector shaft would have to come out to do the lower seal on it. So there's no need to take it completely fucking apart. Leave the original goddamn seals in it. You need to go tonight. Just still bugging me. But anyway, we got steering again. That guy had a whole lot of. He's got a couple of, quite a few K5 Blazers. There's a couple Suburbans there. There's one that's lifted that I asked about, but it's like rigged. It's got a Caddy engine in it. It's got a big ass Caddy engine in it. I might still ask, but he's got so many goddamn 4x4 parts, it's ridiculous. He's got more than he's never gonna use. He's never gonna use them. There's piles and piles of 14 bolts. He's got 60s. You know what I mean? It was never ending. The stuff he was showing me. It's like, dude, come on, man. You can get rid of a couple of things to me. But I know the difference now personally between the Dodge, whatever Caser 60, the tubes on that, what is it, knuckle? The tubes on that are fucking tiny. Literally. I don't know why they built it that way. But it is a 60. It's pretty much a rear Dana 60 with tiny ass tubes in it. Literally. That's what I noticed. You could you could tube a rear 60 now that I looked at that. Tube it the correct tubes, get the Dana 60 knuckles and weld a spring perch on it, and you could use it that. You could build your own, literally. And there's no point even buying a GM Dana 60 because you could make one a little bit better. Preferably with way you can set it up with U-bolts. So I might do that just to show people it can be done. But I'd rather do my own 14 bolt. Are you gonna go tonight? Still got a couple seconds left. Trying to make this a 20-minute. You know, yesterday, YouTube never gave me any of my watch time hours. I looked at it this morning, and it's like, okay, I ran a live, and it's got 21 people that watched it. Oh, it gives me 7 hours. And my phone ran all day until I did that live yesterday, watching video, and I didn't get any of that watch time hour. And that's how you get watch time hour. You have to sometimes watch your own stuff. So, and then they did an update. It's like, why do you quit updating things? Quit changing things. If anything, make it so you don't have to have that much watch time hours. And then again, even the shorts. I shouldn't have to post, and I'll say this, I shouldn't have to post because it's lifted burb life. It's not lifted Rottweiler life. You know what I mean? Pretty soon I'm gonna stop showing these Rottweilers. You gotta kind of like watch everything that, you know what I mean? You guys do it for everybody else. Hands down, I got 1,200 people. I'm not trying to pitch a bitch, but your 1,200 subscribers in the videos don't get no goddamn views. It doesn't matter, you know what I mean? And then the only thing you guys want to watch and not comment on is the dogs. It's lifted burb life. The truck stuff, I shouldn't have to beg people to look at it, you know what I mean? It slowly picks up through the week. Those get views. What I'm basically saying is 1,200 subscribers. Stop watching Mr. Beast. The motherfucker's a fake. Honest to God, he's a fake. That money that he says he gives away is fake, printed off paper. I said something about that asshole 2 months ago. And you think he would look up his name to see if somebody didn't bring up his name? No. Some guy has a whole page, his whole YouTube's based on him saying that he's a fake. And I believe he is. Probably dad of the actual YouTube owner. Like, like some big inbred army. That's what I actually believe. The people that... Why'd I turn it around? The people that get views are rich. People like me don't get views. But then again, when I come up with really good content and start being a dick to everybody, like Whistling Diesel, the way he talks to people, just understand how you did me when I gained these subscribers and didn't want to view this stuff. You know what I mean? You gotta be kind to people. It doesn't hurt to just say, "Did you have a good day?" You know what I mean? Even commenting "have a good day" would help. You know what I mean? I like hearing that. So I'm gonna actually do that. I'm gonna let you guys go because nobody's gonna watch this anyway, other than me.